So there's currently a big scam going on YouTube right now where if you're not careful, you could lose your entire channel. Malwarebytes is warning that there is a new method being used by hackers to steal channels. Appears to be based on fake DMC strikes phishing emails. Love how Drama Alert spelled it like phishing. But yeah, as you can see over here, there's a website that pretends to help you check if your channel has any copyright strikes, and they ask you for your Google account information and you basically lose your entire account. So they use fake copyright strike alerts in order to steal login credentials and take over YouTube accounts. Malwarebytes made an article about this, shout out to them, where they said a convincing phishing campaign is going after YouTube creators. If it works, attackers don't just steal your Google login, they can take over your entire Google account, including Gmail, your files, payments, and then hijack your YouTube channel and use your audience to run scams. The lure is a fake copyright strike notification that's so convincing even security-aware users could fall for it. The attack site pulls in your real channel data, such as your profile picture, subscriber count, and latest video to build a personalized scare page. It funnels you towards a sign-in page designed to steal your Google account. I know some of you guys might be thinking, oh, this is so obviously a scam. Yeah, I don't know how people fall for this. But again, as Malwarebytes points out, this hack actually made it look very convincing. The operation runs like a franchise. Multiple attackers share the same platform, each running their own campaigns against different creators. And so they start making the point that obviously your YouTube channel is not just a channel, it's actually a form of revenue. You can grow a YouTube channel and make ad revenue, sponsorships, and people might actually reach out to you for brand deals and stuff. So hackers are really intent on actually stealing YouTube accounts, especially from established creators. Now, someone like me who's like a nobody, I'm not going to have to worry about it. But for like the bigger creators like Markiplier and all those people, they are going to be the target for something like this, right? And as Malwarebytes points out, it is really scummy of them to use a copyright strike because that is like the thing that people fear the most on YouTube, especially as a content creator, the idea of losing your channel overnight. Obviously, there has been a huge buzz on YouTube and Twitter as of late where tons of people are losing their YouTube channels because they are marked as having inauthentic content. It has become a buzzword now where tons of people are losing their channels, and it has caused a lot of people to be extremely scared of any type of copyright strike or community guideline strike. So naturally, some people might want to check if they have some sort of community guideline strike or copyright strike. I can actually show you an easy way how to check it later, but let's say you use an external website like this one, which is a hacker website, dmcanotification.info. I would highly recommend that even if you're just going over here to check the website, I wouldn't even visit the website, because if the website has been created for the sole purpose of hacking, it might be like trying to track your IP address or something like that. So basically what I'm saying is just don't take the risk and don't go on the website. But as you can see over here, the browser tab reads YouTube copyright strikes, and the page itself looks clean and professional, complete with a YouTube logo, search bar, and helpful instructions. It actually looks like something that is either made by YouTube or made for YouTube. So basically it starts off by having you enter a channel name like a handle or a video link to check your copyright status, and nothing about it stands out as immediately suspicious. However, each phishing link includes the target's channel handle directly in the URL, so the page already knows who you are before you even type anything. The source code contains a tracking flag called suppress Telegram visit, which changes how visits are logged depending on whether an affiliate parameter is present. This suggests the operator may be coordinating traffic through Telegram, although the kit could be distributed through any platform. So once they have your channel name, it fetches real data from YouTube, your avatar, subscriber count, video count, and your most recent upload, including its title, thumbnail, and view count. That information is then used to build a fake copyright complaint. You see your own branding alongside a claim that a specific segment of your latest video has been flagged for copyright infringement. The timestamps are dynamically generated for each victim based on the video's length, making each notice look unique and legitimate. It's similar to receiving a fake legal notice that includes your real home address. The personal details make it harder to dismiss as spam. And so this is how they're able to actually trick people, right? They have a quote over here that says, respond within 3 days or face enforcement actions. As Malwarebytes pointed out, they will pull up an actual video of yours with the thumbnail, title, and everything, even the view numbers. And it'll say the fragment about which the complaint was filed, and it'll show like a few minutes of your video or something. And there's a notice over here. Notice, if you fail to respond to this copyright infringement notification within 3 days, your channel will be subject to enforcement actions, including the issuance of a copyright strike in accordance with our terms of service. To resolve this claim, verify your channel ownership. Sign in with the Google account linked to this channel, confirm that you are the rightful owner. The claim will be reviewed and resolved within 24 hours. That should already tell you that this is bullshit, because YouTube will hardly ever review a claim in that short amount of time. Trust me, as somebody who has dealt with a lot of false copyright strikes and false community guideline strikes, YouTube will very rarely resolve a copyright strike within 24 hours. That sounds like some bullshit. So yeah, they warn you, telling you that, deleting the video won't even remove the strike. You have to actually go ahead and enter your Google account information, and then they claim that it will be reviewed within 24 hours. And so that's obviously how they get you. They get real information about you to make it look very convincing. Then they give you an ultimatum like, if you don't do this within 3 days, then you're going to get a copyright strike and you could lose your entire channel. So obviously for some people, they're going to go ahead and log in there, and that's where they lose their account. So when you click that button, the site contacts its own backend server to fetch the address of an external phishing page, one that the attacker can swap out to a new domain at any time. In observed traffic, the request to this returned the domain over here, which was then loaded inside a full screen overlay on top of the copyright notice plate. Not sure why they chose that domain name specifically, but anyways, what appears next is a classic browser in the browser attack, a fake Chrome pop-up rendered entirely on HTML and CSS. It includes a title bar reading "Sign in Google accounts Google Chrome," a padlock icon, and a URL that looks like accounts.google.com. None of it is real, they're all just graphics. The only real address bar is the one at the top of your actual browser, which still shows the DMCA notification website. Inside the fake window sits a convincing replica of Google's sign-in page, and it looks exactly like the real thing, but every keystroke goes to the attacker. Every single key that you press is going to be sent over to the attacker. And as you can see over here, it does actually look very convincing. It does look exactly like the Google sign-in that you will see when you're logging into either Google or YouTube. So traffic capture also showed attempts to contact additional domains, which are these three over here, which returned 502 errors at the time of capture. This may be backup infrastructure or credential relay servers that were offline. The rotating domain approach is what makes this campaign resilient. The phishing domain is fetched in real time with no caching, allowing attackers to rotate infrastructure quickly. If one domain is taken down, the next victim is sent to a new one. This is a very sophisticated hacking scam going on. Once the credentials are entered, the overlay closes and the victim is returned to the copyright notice page with no confirmation or error. It gives the attacker the time to use the stolen credentials before the victim realizes anything happened. Now, this is another thing that makes this seem more convincing, because big channels actually get a free pass on this. One interesting detail, the kit checks whether the target channel has more than 3 million subscribers. If they do, the entire phishing flow is skipped. Instead of the copyright strike warning and login button, the page shows a benign message: your channel is in good standing, no further action is needed. This is almost certainly an evasion tactic. Very large channels are more likely to have dedicated security teams, relationships with YouTube's trust and safety staff, or the visibility to trigger a rapid takedown if they publicly report the scam. By automatically exempting them, the kit reduces the risk of drawing attention from exactly the people most capable of getting the operation shut down. And the thing that makes it scary, it's not just one person. The source code reveals that this isn't a single phishing page run by one person. The kit includes an affiliate tracking system where each attacker gets their own ID embedded in the phishing links they send out. A central backend tracks which operator delivered which victim and how far each target got through the funnel. Our traffic capture confirms this. The phishing link included a referral ID, the default affiliate tag, which appears to be a transliteration of a Russian phrase. Brand names like Google and YouTube are also written with lookalike Cyrillic characters in the source code to evade automated security scanners. In short, this is phishing as a service, a shared platform that multiple attackers can use to run campaigns against YouTube creators at scale. So obviously the way to protect yourself, obviously don't click on any type of suspicious email that is sent to like your business email or something like that. You can actually view your copyright status or your community guidelines status directly on your YouTube studio. And they actually point out a really good tip over here that I've never thought about. You can try dragging a browser window because a real window will move freely. A fake one is stuck inside the page. Minimize your browser. A real pop-up stays open, a fake one disappears, and check the URL. If you can't interact with it, it's just an image. So yeah, in terms of the whole YouTube studio thing, you will actually see a notification over here on YouTube Studio if you have an active community guideline strike or a copyright strike against you. Also, you will most certainly be sent an email from YouTube as well if you actually do have a community guideline strike or a copyright strike. For example, this is an email that they sent me in November when they gave me a false community guideline strike. I was actually pointing out a channel, completely blacked out by the way, that was actually violating YouTube's guidelines and trying to get them to ban the channel. But instead, the community guideline striked my channel and they let that channel go scot-free until later. So yeah, it just goes to show that YouTube's community guideline system does not work at all, and neither does the copyright system, because that is actually the real way that people are falling for this scam. Again, I know there are going to be people out there that are going to be like, oh, this is so obvious. How could people fall for this? I mean, remember that YouTube's community guidelines and copyright system are really, really bad, and they use a lot of AI moderation. A lot of people may actually be paranoid and wonder if their channel has copyright strikes. So I don't necessarily blame people for falling for this, but obviously when there are articles and videos like mine that are made, hopefully this will actually prevent a lot more people from falling for this. But yeah, I don't blame people for falling for this because YouTube systems just don't really work. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the situation in the comments. There is a new giant scam going on YouTube right now. Be safe out there and make sure you don't lose your channel. Please leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more. See ya.